Hello, and welcome to Little Planet Wonder. Our journey begins with something so familiar that we rarely stop to think about it. A single step. One foot placed in front of the other. For most of human history, that was the only way to travel. No roads, no engines, no bicycles, no trains, no aircraft. Just footsteps crossing the earth. Yet from those first footsteps came every ship, every railway, every car, every aeroplane, and every spacecraft that would follow. In this journey, we'll explore how humans learned to move through the world, and how a journey that began on foot eventually carried us into the sky. Long before the first human appeared, Earth was already ancient. Mountains rose and wore away. Oceans formed. Continents drifted slowly across the planet, reshaping the world over immense stretches of time. For millions upon millions of years, giant reptiles ruled the land. Dinosaurs wandered through forests, crossed river valleys, and hunted across vast plains beneath skies that looked very different from our own. Then, around 66 million years ago, their world changed forever. Most disappeared. The age of dinosaurs came to an end. But life continued. Small mammals survived, and over countless generations, they spread into new environments, adapting to a changing planet. Slowly, the world transformed once again. Eventually, much later, a new kind of creature appeared. Not the fastest, not the strongest, not the largest, but one that would learn something remarkable: how to reshape the world around it. The creatures that eventually became humans did not appear suddenly. They emerged through a long chain of ancestors, stretching back millions of years, gradually adapting to changing environments and a changing world. Some walked on four limbs. Others began spending more time upright. Bodies changed. Hands became more skillful. Brains grew larger. And walking on two legs became one of humanity's defining advantages. Standing upright allowed them to see farther across open landscapes, while freeing their hands to carry food, tools, and eventually children. Over time, humans became remarkable walkers. Not the fastest creatures on Earth, not the strongest, but capable of covering great distances with patience and endurance. They followed rivers through unfamiliar valleys, crossed open grasslands, and moved with the changing seasons in search of food, water, and opportunity. Some journeys lasted days. Others took generations. Over thousands of years, humans gradually spread across much of the planet, traveling through forests and deserts, along coastlines and mountain valleys, and into environments their ancestors had never seen before. As groups settled in new places, they carried more than food and tools. They carried knowledge, stories, skills, and ideas. Long before there were roads linking cities, there were paths worn into the landscape by the footsteps of generations. The first highways emerged from people following the same routes again and again. But as communities grew, people needed to travel farther, carry more, and move more efficiently. Human legs had taken our ancestors across continents. Now, humanity began looking for ways to go farther, carry more, and do more than the body alone could achieve. For most of human history, movement depended on human strength. A strong branch could become a carrying pole. Animal skins could hold water. Simple sledges allowed heavy loads to be dragged across the ground, while ropes made from plant fibers helped people pull, lift, and secure valuable supplies. Over time, tools became more sophisticated. Stone blades became sharper. Wooden tools became stronger. Knowledge passed from one generation to the next, and small improvements accumulated over centuries. Each innovation saved time and energy. And those savings added up. Settlements could grow. Resources could be gathered from farther away. Larger communities could begin to emerge. Humans were beginning to do something unusual. Not simply adapting to the world around them, but gradually reshaping it. Then, thousands of years later, another invention appeared. One so influential that it would transform travel, trade, farming, and entire civilizations. The wheel. Today, wheels are everywhere. They carry people to work, move food across continents, and transport materials, machines, and supplies around the world. Yet, for most of human history, they did not exist. In fact, the wheel arrived surprisingly late. People had already grown crops and built complex societies before anyone thought to place a round object beneath a load and allow it to roll. Once the idea appeared, however, its potential quickly became clear. Heavy loads could now be moved far more easily. Carts and wagons began appearing across many regions, helping farmers move harvests, builders transport stone and timber, and merchants carry goods farther afield. Routes that had once been difficult and slow became increasingly familiar. Languages, customs, inventions, and stories traveled alongside the goods. The wheel did not simply help people transport objects, it helped bring distant people into contact with one another. Over time, it became one of humanity's most important inventions, shaping daily life in ways both large and small. But there was still one challenge. Wheels worked best on land, and much of our planet is covered by something else entirely: water. Rivers, lakes, and oceans would soon become pathways of their own. Long before maps showed continents and oceans, people were already traveling across water. At first, the journeys were small. A fallen tree could float. Branches tied together could support a simple raft. Over time, people learned how to shape wood into canoes and small boats, opening up routes that had once seemed difficult or impossible. For many ancient people, rivers became the world's first great transport routes. Traveling by water often required far less effort than traveling across rough ground, and a boat could carry people, food, tools, and supplies that would have been difficult to move on foot. As knowledge grew, so did ambition. People began venturing farther from shore, learning to work with currents, winds, and tides. Sails appeared. Journeys became longer. Coastlines that once marked the edge of the known world became routes to somewhere new. The planet began to feel larger and smaller at the same time. Yet, even as rivers and seas linked parts of the world together, another network was beginning to spread across the land. A network built not by nature, but by generations of builders. Roads. As settlements grew into towns and towns grew into cities, people needed reliable ways to travel between them. Paths became tracks. Tracks became roads. Some of the most famous roads were built by the Romans more than 2,000 years ago, constructed from layers of stone and carefully engineered to remain dry, durable, and usable throughout the year. Many survived for centuries. Roads allowed armies to move quickly, but they also carried merchants, travelers, messages, and ideas from one region to another. Alongside roads came another powerful advantage: animals. Horses, camels, donkeys, and oxen could carry people and supplies far beyond what a person could manage alone, making journeys faster, easier, and more predictable. Yet the greatest change in human movement was still to come. A change powered not by muscles, but by machines. Across land and water, every journey so far depended on the forces of nature. Then came steam. By heating water, people discovered they could create powerful engines capable of performing extraordinary amounts of work, unlocking possibilities that had never existed before. Factories grew larger. Machines became more capable. And railways began reaching into towns, cities, and countryside alike. For the first time, people could travel faster than a galloping horse for long periods, allowing distances that once felt enormous to begin shrinking. A journey that might have taken weeks could now be completed in days. Steamships transformed oceans as well. Unlike sailing vessels, they no longer depended entirely on favorable winds, making routes more reliable and even more predictable than before. Passengers, products, and ideas moved around the globe at unprecedented speed. Yet there remained one ancient challenge. Humans could cross land. Humans could cross water. But birds still ruled the skies. Long before aircraft existed, people watched birds with wonder. They saw eagles soaring on rising air, swallows darting across the sky, and albatrosses gliding effortlessly above the oceans. Flight seemed almost magical. Many imagined it. Few believed it could ever truly be achieved. Yet the dream endured. To leave the ground, to travel through the air. Eventually, that dream became reality. For the first time, humans could fly. What had once seemed impossible became part of everyday life. Over the decades that followed, aircraft became faster, safer, and capable of traveling enormous distances. Today, millions routinely cross oceans in a matter of hours, and a journey that once took months can often be completed before the end of a day. But human curiosity did not stop at the clouds. Engineers built rockets powerful enough to escape Earth's gravity and travel beyond our planet altogether. In 1969, humans walked on the moon. For the first time, footsteps reached another world. The journey that began with footsteps had reached space. Today, aircraft cross the skies above us. Ships cross the oceans. Trains race along steel tracks. Cars travel roads that connect towns, cities, and countries. Yet every one of these achievements can be traced back through centuries of imagination, experimentation, and persistence. And ultimately, to those early humans who ventured into unfamiliar places in search of something beyond the horizon. From the first footsteps on unfamiliar ground to journeys beyond our planet, the story of human movement is, in many ways, the story of humanity itself. If this little journey sparked wonder, perhaps share it with a friend or family member who might enjoy looking at the world a little differently and reflecting on the remarkable path that led us here. From footsteps to flight. Thanks for listening and for exploring these moments with Little Planet Wonder.